Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to be breaking down the fourth brand new WINX Club Fairy Transformation reboot for Stella. So stay tuned, subscribe, and let's get into it. Yes, right on time for Easter, we got the fourth brand new Fairy Transformation from the upcoming WINX Club reboot, and it was for Stella. And I just saw it, and I have to say, I think I like hers more than some of the others we saw previously get revealed. I feel like I should definitely do a ranking at the end of, like, after Bloom's reveal happens, like next week, by the way. That's the last one for Bloom is next Monday, I believe, and then this week we have the next one for Aisha on like Thursday, right? So yeah, it's basically ending before May, all of the transformations getting revealed. But yeah, so after Bloom's gets dropped, I feel like, I should rank all 6 because it's very interesting how some, sequences feel fuller and more complete, and like there's just more to do with the characters and their themes and like, all of that. And then some others just feel more blank and more generic, if that makes sense. So yeah, I feel like, let me know. Should I do a ranking on all 6 at the end? Because I feel like, I gotta. I feel like Stella, I like hers more than some of the others. But yeah, let's see why I like hers more. So let's get breaking down here. Let's break it down. Let's break her transformation down right now, and if you've seen it yourself, let me know what you think down below. So we start off with the sun, and as we zoom in we can see, oh, what is that shadow? It's Stella. I guess she's just taking a nap on the sun. How typical of her. So she wakes up, she stretches out a little bit, and then she goes on to actually take the sun in her hand, and I guess she like shoots it upwards. So there we can see that's the sun. That is the sun. And then she again throws it upwards, and then she appears in front of it again with a pose, and then that's when the moon appears. So I guess we went from day to night cycle. So yeah, here's the crescent moon. We have some clouds, the sky obviously, and then here she is in her little one piece, obviously all glittery. I think it's a bit unfortunate that all of the kids animated series nowadays are always usually 3D animated, and they all have just a very similar kind of look, very clean, very, very plasticky, very generic. And it's so ironic because like WINX Club, the 2D animation, the proportions, the design, it was very stylistic, the characters looked very specific. It was a very specific style that the WINX Club animation had, and that with the reboot, obviously with the different type of animation, they've just completely removed that kind of unique aspect, unfortunately. And now, it just, all the characters just look more similar to other characters that we already know from other series and, fandoms. And it sucks, because yes, the eyes, the proportions, the bodies, it's here right now. I don't think I really see Stella, I see a new Stella, it's a new version of her. But I don't know, I feel like it's just not quite clicking for me yet. But of course we have to remember that this reboot is mainly here to, so that they can reintroduce WINX Club to a whole new generation. And for those kids, that new generation who will grow up watching this new WINX Club, for them, this will look completely normal, obviously. But it's just for all of us older fans, we know that that's, how it used to be. So it's just kind of hard, right, to differentiate to see this reboot for its own thing when it's just so glaringly obvious. The main issue is just the animation looking so bland. There's just no way to say it. It looks bland. But anyway, Moving on, yes. So the moon here, nice. And then moving on, see, I do like this shot. I think I just don't like it when we see the huge eyes because, like, you know, the eyes are just way too Pixar-y. They just look too much like Disney characters, you know? But yeah, I like her posing here. And then she takes, like, I guess, you know, like light powers, yay. So she conjures up some light, and that's when some of her outfit, you know, transforms. We can see her hair glow a little bit, and that's when all of her, you know, her dress appears. And her boots here, so the bottom of her boots are kind of like silver, and they kind of look like a disco ball, like they have that glittery texture, you know. And then here is a wider shot of her with the crescent moon, and that's when she actually switches it from nighttime once again to daytime. So I thought that was really cool. I like how they kind of utilize the day and night cycle here for Stella's transformation. And now here we get to see her wings finally complete her transformation. The wings look really nicely detailed. And then we see here some more, you know, hair clips here, some star clips. Yeah, it looks really nice. You know, she looks really cute here. She has some bangs on, obviously. The way that they did her sleeves, that looks very interesting, you know, kind of like dismembered, right? Like the specific design here, it's almost like off the shoulder, but then it's like still connected, right? So it's kind of weird how they kind of pulled that off. And I definitely wonder how this will look like on the doll. Like maybe this will just be like a printed on detail, right? But yeah, anyway, so here she looks up again, and then she flies off to the sun again. So yeah, and then she's very close to it. We can see some of the sun flares, you know, surrounding it. And yeah, the wings look really nice again. I'm not sure I love the boots, you know, they're silver, which I don't know if I love the boots being silver. So yeah, but that is her final look. Again, I like her wings. I like her design overall for the most part. Just the boots, I'm not sold. So yeah, I think I like the kind of shift that happened with like the moon and then the sun, like, you know, coming up and down, and like Stella basically controlling like all of that, like holding the sun in her hands. You know, like I thought that was really cool. And then like at the end we actually specifically see like the sun, also like the sun flares that surround the sun itself. Like I thought that was such a nice detail, and the moon looked nice. So which, by the way, apparently Stella was not always like the fairy of the sun and the moon. Apparently it's sometimes only been like she only has the powers of the sun, but no, in this reboot she has the powers of both the sun, you know, light obviously, and moon. So yeah, I guess it's different. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the original Winx Club seasons in a long time, so I'm missing some lore you know, information. But yeah, let me know what you think of this change, I guess, and yeah, maybe clear up for me if you know already like what this is all about with the sun and moon, and like was it really different in the original? But yeah, next obviously we're getting Aisha in a couple of days, so I'm really looking forward for her transformation, because I wonder how the water graphics will look like, what they're gonna do with the water aspect, obviously because Aisha, but like how much they're gonna involve it, obviously, you know, like how is she gonna use her powers, you know, like the water aspect. So yeah, I want to see hers for sure. And then Bloom, obviously gonna be very much into like the flame territory, right? So, and the dragon perhaps even. So I definitely can't wait to see the last two. Maybe they've saved the best for last. Maybe you could say that even, because Stella's does feel a bit better, obviously. And then Bloom and Aisha, I feel like I have high expectations for those as well. And I guess my ranking so far would go, I guess Stella, I really like hers more. And then Techna, Musa, and Flora. Yeah, I don't know, Flora just like was doing aerobics with like the vine, and like that was it. Like she had really nothing to do. I wish they would have experimented more with like her flowers and stuff and the petals. You know, maybe she could have like walked on some large petals, you know, like, and then started to swing on vines and whatever. But I feel like her transformation all just being her on vines, you know, it just kind of lacked in creativity. Like I really liked how Flora, you know, it opened up with her, like the opening was her waking up in like a flower. Like I thought that was cool, but they kind of lost it after that. Then they just really concentrated on like the vine, like the, oh, like swinging on vines, you know, like aerobics. Like, okay, cool, but like, you know, you think flora, you think flowers, you don't think vines. You right? I feel like, yeah. Anyway, but what is your ranking right now of the 4 we have seen so far, and what do you think of what do you think of Stella's? I think, again, so fun. I think her outfit is cute. You know, definitely cute. I'm not sure if I love the coloring of the boots. But yeah, I think the bangs are there. That's cool. But maybe she could have had pigtails instead of like the just, you know, flowing hair. I don't know. I like her outfit, but the boot coloring to me feels a little bit off because it's like, why is it pink? Why are her boots like a gradient from pink to like silver? And why do the silver like portion at the bottom, you know, around the feet look, why does it look like a disco ball, like up close? Like I don't get it. So yeah, maybe the boots to me I don't love, but I'm definitely now curious to see like what the doll will look like for her, because yeah, like, will they be fabric boots? Probably not. But I guess if they're plastic, like, how much detail will they have on the boots? Yeah, I definitely want to see the dolls. I'm very excited. But what do you think? Hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please consider becoming a channel member. Link is down below. And so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the dollty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.